The name I go by is Del, but the real name is Delvis, Alejandro Fernandez. And I graduated from Westminster College back in 1961. I was living in a time of turmoil in my home country, Cuba, and I was in search of school somewhere in the United States. And of course, from my Jewish background, Land of Zion was quite a major attraction. I have never had a trip that was so impacting on my life as that trip of riding a Greyhound bus from Key West, Florida to Salt Lake City for 5 days and 5 nights. It was like an oasis, a new beginning to my life. I would say more than anything in my whole life, Westminster had quite an impact. First of all, I met people from so many parts of the world. So Westminster kind of gave me a view of the world that I had never seen. Even today, I don't have the opportunity to really gain so much knowledge, not only from teachers, but from my surrounding, the students and the people around me.
It was the summer right after I graduated from high school, 1959. My father was working at Westminster, and he got me a job. Met him that summer. I was working, he was working, and by the end of the summer, he finally asked me on a date. And I said yes, and I went, and we've been together ever since. Delvis has always been a very giving person, a very helpful person. He assists wherever it's needed.
To me, leadership, more than anything else, is having the ability to help other people. That's why I like about teaching. I became an activist as well. I got very involved in helping to organize the Chicano student movement. This was a time when there was quite a large number of people in this school where I was teaching that didn't have adequate representation in faculty and advisors and so on.
Always willing to give of his time and his effort, he became very involved with some students who were all what we now call Chicano, and he was the advisor and helped them, giving him his time and his attention. So he's always been very interested in other people. The reason I nominated him for this honor, which he definitely is very humbled by and very excited about it. He'd always talked so highly of Westminster. It was his initial contact in this country, and he found so many friends and faculty members that were helpful and did whatever he needed to have done. And I just felt that it was time that he was honored in this way.
I met Delvis when I first arrived at Westminster in Salt Lake City. He was very kind and adopted me and guided me. He called me his little brother at the time. Delvis is so generous and kind. He's always been very gracious and supportive in our interactions, and he'll be a friend for life. His life story is very impressive. Having arrived at a very young age, penniless and not speaking English, to reaching the highest degrees in his chosen academic profession. I think he gives a good example for what can be achieved with a good education at a small liberal arts college.
It humbles me to be recognized, because that presents me with an opportunity to pass on a legacy to family and to friends, and to serve as perhaps an example in some areas for people to help others.
Delvis, my friend, I congratulate you on your work, your achievements, on the person who you are. You've always been generous and gracious, and you have my respect, my friendship, and my love forever.
A very, very big congratulations, warm and big as it can be.